Hey, I am Lindsay Lichtenstein. Today on Labor Day, we're going to be telling some fun-filled campfire stories. Ready? Let's get started. All right. It all starts with the campfire. Can you feel it? So we are building our fire and we have made our campfire here. So this is our campfire bat. Our campfire bat includes BFL, Camel Silk Blend, Shetland, Mohair, Tencel, and Angelina. This bat is a fabulous 2.3 ounces. And you can see the purple or the lavender, which is the Camel Silk Blend. You can also see all of the fun-filled colors from yellow, oranges, to mangoes. Oh, it's fabulous. You can just see it's a fiery ball of fun. So now that we have our campfire going, what else do we need to be able to tell stories with by the campfire? We always need a flashlight. So flashlight is a mohair and silk weight hand spun yarn. This is a lace weight, 436 yards or 80 grams. A full yellow with pops of red here and there. Let's open up our flashlight. So that way you can see kind of the inside colors. It's a beautiful yellow with some colors. This is a 2-plied yarn construction. So we have our flashlight. So now that we've kind of got our, and of course, every good story starts with the background. So what do we have going on? Well, we have the dark and stormy night that's occurring. So our dark and stormy night is made of Leicester long wool, Corriedale silk, little French Angora, that's bunny honey, little Sari silk, and a little sparkle darkle of Angelina. So we have our dark and stormy night because no good story starts out with happily on a sunny day. Polly Pocket came over to play. So here is our dark and stormy night. So dark and stormy night consists of some sparkle. You have some grays leading in, some little bits of the thunder and the red lightning. Rain. Just hammering down with, again, a little bit of sparkle from the flashes of lightning. So this is a beautiful Rolag set, 3 ounces. So now that we have our dark and stormy night happening, what comes next? Then comes the ever famous ghost story. So here's our ghost story. Ghost story is a beautiful Pima cotton. Yes, majority of this band is Pima cotton. So majority of the white you see is Pima cotton. It is mixed with a little bit of Southdown, some Sari silk. That's where you see some of the orange, peach. It's more like peach than orange. Rose tones to kind of your mulberry, as well as mulberry silk, which is the blush tones you see right here. Targhee, Tencel blend, silk noils, and Angelina. Just a tiny little bit of Angelina here and there. So you can see this is a beautiful bat. You can see the curls kind of in the back of it. So here is our, of course, then from the ghost story. Right after that, somebody always tells the ever famous story of the legend. There's always a good legend that's lurking around, no matter what town you are in or what city you might be living in or driving through or camping in. So this is the legend of legendary materials, which include merino, seacell, and Sari silk. This is a 2.5 ounce Rolag set. And some of these are hefty because I like them big and bulky. So here is the legend. Almost plum purple, almost mocha brown. It's a beautiful rich color. And it has, you can see the pops of white, little pops of red, light pink pops, as well as some mustard pops here and there. Let me get the other ones. Okay. And here is all of the legendary. It's quite thick and full. So here's my finger in comparison. You can see these are quite a nice bulky Rolags. So here is the legend. One last time. You can see the mustard really good right there, as well as a little bit of the pink and the white. So this is a 1, 2, 6, 7, 8 Rolag set called the Legend, which is 2.5 ounces. Now, no story is... Dun, dun, dun. There was always a car following you. And it is... If you just said... flashing its lights. You're right. Do you see it's flashing its lights? So here is the ever famous flashing headlights, because they're always trying to warn us about something gonna happen. So this is a beautiful, I really love these. These are a really rich blue, almost navy. Corridale, French Angora, mulberry silk, Cecil and Angelina blend. And you can just see that little copper. Oh, Angelina, it's beautiful. It really sets off the tones quite really well. And these are incredibly soft. I mean, just so soft. You can see quite airy. But oh, sorry. So they're warning you. They're flashing their headlights. What's coming? They're flashing their headlights. Well, of course, there's always the backseat maniac. The guy in the backseat, right? The creeper. Or the backseat driver. Take this how you will. So, backseat driver, backseat maniac, your call. So here's the creeper in the backseat. Can you feel the danger? So here are the danger colors. Again, instead of the purple that we had in the campfire, we have black. Whoa, mixed in to give it a nice eerie feeling. And here's the back side of the bat. And you can see that this is a beautiful BFL, Shetland, mohair, tinsel, and black Angelinas mixed in there too, as well as copper Angelina for a 2-ounce bat. This thing is gorgeous and it's so fluffy. So here is the backseat maniac. Now, in homage to all other horror stories where they wear masks, Freddy Krueger, Jason, the Scream Ghost, etc. To those people who love to wear masks, this is the mask. This is a wonderful hand-spun merino and silk, thick and thin, sport weight yarn. This is a single that has bits and pieces of pinks, some reds, coral, here's some yellow, mixed in as you go. This would make a beautiful bright side shawl. The pattern on Ravelry, which is free, called the bright, one word, side, another word, shawl. So here is the mask, which is a really dark purple, almost blue. So dark, you got bits of navy in there, mixed in with some of those colors. It's really a beautiful, beautiful yarn. So here is the mask. Now, after everyone's freaked out thoroughly at the campfire, as they hear the owls, etc., and even crickets now beginning to scare the pants off of them, of course, you tell the fun-filled stories. So let's always throw in one of my personal favorites, a mermaid and pirate story. Because if you have water nearby, there's always something lurking in the water, right? So why not have some mermaids and pirates? So here is Mermaids and Pirates. Mermaids and Pirates is a 2.3 ounce bat, which has targi, tencel, Falkland, mohair, merino, silk noils, and Angelina. Now, one thing They'll mention all of our lovely bats and roll eggs come in their own sealed bags. These are great. So that way, as you're spinning, you can take a little bit out. You can seal it up and save it until the next time you spin. You can open up again. Also, it's great because you can normally fit, I can fit my Ashford sized bobbin back down in here in case I want to store for a little bit. And then later on, if I wanted to put my yarn in it, I have a nice little storage bag for the yarn. So I like this to keep my yarn nice and fresh and my fiber bug free. So, Mermaids and Pirates. Woohoo! There it goes. Now, after we always have a fun-filled story about mermaids and pirates, scene for the story, which was, of course, is always the magical forest. Now, this magical forest is composed of Targhee, Tencel, Pima Cotton, Alpaca, Merino, Noils, BFL Locks, and Angelina. So you can see that Angelina sparkle in it. See, magical forest is dancing. Do you see the alpaca? Right here, that brown alpaca, mixed in with the white, which is the Pima Cotton. And of course, you have the sparkles. Underneath, here is the forest floor. I love this. So see, you have the moss on the top side, the forest floor, and then you actually have the forest floor underneath it. So underneath here, you can see the actual, here's silk noil, but you can see the little, right there, without taking it apart, BFL locks, all mixed in. You see little BFL locks? They're just itty bitty locks right here, right there, all mixed in. So now that we are in the magical forest and away from Freddy Krueger, what comes next? Of course, there's always somebody's looking for what? They're looking for directions to Grandma's house. Now, thinking about this now as an adult, I don't think Grandma was visited very often in the story. And then nobody ever gave these kids directions. I can see why as a parent, you might have set them out somewhere for a while to entertain them. But these days, probably not such a good idea. Maybe write down the directions. Or at least give them a hint before you shove them out the door. So, here's directions to Grandma's house. Now, I like this one too. This is a very soft, really nicely blended mix of that green, which is a 19.5 merino, with the purple, which is a camel silk blend. And you can really see on the backside, see the shine from that camel silk. So this is just a 50%, again, that 19.5 micron merino, 45% camel and silk blend, and there is a 5% fen or white fen, which gives it the nice fade color. So here's directions to Grandma's house, or Grandma. Else, you will always run into what? The damsel in distress. Yes. So here is damsel in distress. Can you feel it? So here is damsel freaking out. Here's damsel and damsel freaking out. Her emotions are a little high today. So damsel in distress is a 50%, 19.5 micron merino, 44% camel and silk blend, 5% C-cell, and 1% BFL. Now, there's just a little bit here and there to give it a little bit of pop. So here's the underneath side. And here is damsel in distress, because no princess in any of these stories was ever having a great day. Now, given that was going on, what is the one thing that can make any princess stay right and make the world go right again? Take a guess. What do you think would make the world right again? You answered fairy dust. Woo! You are right. So here is fairy dust. Now, fairy dust is a 19.5 micron merino mixed with that camel silk blend, which is that lovely lavender lilac color you see, as well as the Targhee, which is the white that you see. So you have two options for this one. You have a 2-ounce set, which is right here. Both sets come with two of the white to give you a little bit of blend before you head into your main color, which of course could be either your choice, that purple or that really pretty green. So one set, you have, whoops, that one came out old. How dare you, fairy dust. Fairy dust is acting up. So you have the 2 ounce set, or there is a 1.6 ounce option of fairy dust. Now, I love fairy dust. Who doesn't love fairy dust? Green. And look at the shine on that camel silk. Ooh la la. So each set comes with 2 of the white. And then it's the difference between a 5 roll egg set or a 7 roll egg set. 7 roll egg set is 2 ounces. And again, that 5 roll egg set is 1.6 ounces. So now that we had fairy dust and everything's going happy, what do we have that comes up happily? Ta-da! Ever after! Yay! So, and into any good story, we have 2 skein set. This is happily. This is ever after. Now, happily is a merino silk. Merino silk. Now, this is a little bit on the stiff side, but it will bloom as you work with it. And if you block it as well. This is 176 yards, 54 grams. Now, this yarn was 2-ply with the same colors as this one. The only difference is in Ever After, you have a metallic polyester, which was added and plied to it to give it that sparkle, sparkle, dazzle, because every happily ever after, this would make a really unique and unusual fade in an accessory piece, or maybe at the bottom of a sweater, or maybe in some color work. Because here you have this with just a little bit. There's a hair here and there of Angelina, but it's very slight. And then you have it for Sparkle Darkle here. So this is a very, very fun fade, very different type of fade. I've not seen a sparkle like fade yet, so I would love to see that worked up. So that is Happily Ever After. So, like any good story that comes to an end, we've had a good time from the Boogeyman and our legendary ghost stories, all the way back to our Happily Ever After with mermaids, pirates, princesses, and damsels in distress, and they found grandmother. So I hope you all had a fabulous Labor Day, and I look forward to seeing you all during our live groups this week. Don't forget, we are having our knit group tonight, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. You can join us and get the link at our website, which is yarnsie.com. As well as Wednesday, we have our spin group at, levels, as well as knitters of all different levels are always welcome to our groups. Our spin group meets on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can get that link at yarnsie.com. And if you're interested in any of the items I showed during our fun-filled camp story, or a little camp fiber story, I should say, you can shop for them on our website, which once again is yarnsie.com. I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you soon.